Ачаir's convent, for the sake of the Lord's life-giving cross, the convent situated in the village of Achair of the Omsk region, is within the jurisdiction of Omsk and Taurin diocese of the Russian Orthodox Church. The Ачаир's monastery encircled with the fencing with 4 gates: Irtish, northern and entrance to the monastery, eastern and western. In the territory of the convent, there are 7 temples, 5 chapels and also cells for nuns, a fratelry and a hospice for pilgrims. For their own needs, nuns cultivate grain, potatoes and vegetables, and also raise animals and birds. The convent began its history with the community. Our Lady and Michael the Archangel female community in the neighborhood with the Cossack settlement of Achair appeared in the end of the 1890s. The widow of the court councilor Marina Alexandrovna Mahalova became the first prioress of the community. The stone church, constructed in honor of Michael the Archangel, was consecrated on May 23, 1903. The place for the construction of the new temple in the community was consecrated by John of Kronstadt. Soon after these events, the community was transformed to a female synagogue. The land for the construction of the monastery was presented by Cossack Michael Bubinov. Money for the construction of a monastery came from the fund specially created for these purposes by the Emperor Alexander III. The local Cossacks took part in construction of the temple. In 1913, the Archbishop Andronik blessed a new monastery. Everything changed with the advent of the Soviet power. In August 1920, the Mother Superior Evpraxia Rozdestinskaya was arrested, the church property was confiscated and plundered, and the monastery stopped its existence. In the late 1930s, in the territory of the former monastery, the colony number 8 was organized. Prisoners were delivered to the place of confinement by water transport across the Irtish River. The colony contained from 8 to 900 people at the same time. The colony was disbanded right after Stalin's death, and all documents, camp archives were destroyed very hastily, and buildings were blew up. In 1991, Lord Feodosy visited these lands. The prior of Achair's St. Nicholas Church, Father Alexander, told a terrifying history of a monastery, showed the location of the former monastery, ditches, and the ruins of the barracks which have passed on inheritance from the colony, and the garden put in by prisoners. After hearing that, the Metropolitan Feodosy made the decision to revive the Achair's convent. He addressed to the management adjacent to the settlement of State Fair Farm River with a request to allocate the land for installation of the cross to commemorate people who died without repentance in the vigil. The director of the river, Vitaly Dmitrievich Mishirakov, responded to a request in memory of his father, Dmitry Alexeyevich Mishirakov, the prisoner of an Ачаир's colony number 8. He allocated 38 hectares of the land for construction of the new monastery. On October 26, 1992, the embatched cross was established, and the Lord Feodosy made the last rites on murdered and tortured people and blessed the construction of the convent for the sake of the Lord's life-giving cross. In September 1993, the construction of the monastery was consecrated by the Patriarch Alexei II, who visited the monastery under construction. He was welcomed by the Omsk and Tara Metropolitan Feodosy and the director of the State Fair Farm River. After the construction of the Ачаирского monastery, in its territory the source of mineral water was opened. It was consecrated by the Patriarch of Moscow and all Russia Alexei II during his visit to Achair. Every Saturday, the Омск and Tara Metropolitan Feodosy, now retired, carried out a ceremony of consecration of water. The glory about miracle-working water of Achair spread everywhere. Therefore, a large number of people comes here in hope of healing. Water temperature is equal to 36 and 6 degrees, that is, the temperature of a human body, and it doesn't go down even in the hard frosts. Water is rich with the bromine, orthoborate, and metacylic acids, which have healthy influence. The examination showed the concentration in water of carbonic acid, sulfur of chlorine, calcium, sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Water is useful for chronic gastritis, gastric ulcer, diseases of the liver and endocrine system, and also for the nervous and mental diseases.